Hey guys, exciting things happening in storage of booster boxes. Four booster boxes surpassed all-time highs. Some of them are expected, Future Strike and Falling Skies, and two of them are sort of more mid-tier, being Astral Radiance and I think it was Silver Tempest. Silver Tempest. And also Surging Sparks, I believe, is either its all-time high or surpasses at 265. It finally breaks out of that 260 range, which it's been at forever. But I just want to go over these because I'm seeing like pretty much there's a good amount of movement in the booster boxes. So a good amount of buyouts. So Falling Skies Versatile has a buyout of stuff. So you'll see over here in the graph. Supposedly four booster boxes sold, the most out of any day this month. But if you look at the actual sold things, you'll see a lot more Falling Skies sold, and you'll see over here so there was a lot of loose packs sold. So there's that's for today. So 36 sold today, and then even yesterday there was like a bunch of Chinese and Korean ones. So 14 of these, and on one of these. So just a lot of Always Guys activities yesterday. So there was like these two booster boxes. They sold the last ones under 1500. So I see a 1460 here, 1475, a 1500 here, and yeah, we're at no uncharted tariff of 1510, and we're actually really not that close to 1600 because that's how these things work. When um when these boxes get so high priced, like honestly, $100 difference isn't really that big of a difference at this point because percentage wise, $100 out like $1,500 is like not that high. That is what is that 1 or 15? It's only like 6% of the box versus like $100 is like literally the cost of like a lot of the other booster boxes. So um, you'll see over here, there's only three boxes here before you hit 1600, and yeah, these two boxes are like in the low 1500s, 1510, 1515, and this one's at it's a picture listing, and it's at 1555. So yeah, we are running low on evolving skies, and yeah, it keeps going up. And as I said before, like momentum sometimes runs in like pretty good directions. So that everyone knows evolving skies is like hands down the best of Sword and Shield. Like there's like no debate. Like look at the price difference. Like it's three times the next box, which is Fusion Strike. Speaking of Fusion Strike, it's also at pretty sure this is all time high. The target price for me was about like $500. I think it reached like high 400s last time, but I could be a little wrong on that. But now it's 510. Same thing. Bunch of boxes bought, five of them yesterday. When I look over here, let's see. Yeah, a lot of the just lower price boxes bought out. I told you guys yesterday. I think I said there was like three boxes until 500. So lower price boxes over here were bought like 43, 485, 490, and you see 499 and 510 over here. When I scroll down, yeah, it looks a lot different. When I this view used to look like some um, non-booster box listings, and when I go down, it used to be like 500 over here. Now 500's like all gone. There's 510, 510, 515, 515, 526, 530. It goes all the way to 540, and it's not like there's a huge amount in these listings. Like these two listings go to are 3 and 4. But once if these six boxes sell out, it goes like 527, and it's just a matter of time before we hit like another run where it's not just that like the price goes up a little bit. It's like there's gonna be more momentum. I don't know how big that run will be, but it's just a matter of time. Like enough people are just gonna get on the train, another hype train, and they'll just buy up the boxes. So usually what'll happen, it'll go up and then eventually it'll correct. It could drop back down a little bit. People will call it a crash, but that's sort of I don't know if that's gonna happen this time, but we keep seeing like potential rises in these boxes. Other boxes I mentioned, like these are smaller, but Astral Rates is at 285, and it's only like marginally more than before. But yeah, so there were two boxes sold, and it hasn't really been selling that well. So I just took away like brought it here to. Oh, did this just get listed? Um, Yeah, I think this just got listed. Okay, so yeah, this one just got listed as I was refreshing. So when I saw it before, it was at 285. So Astral Radiance is now back at two 270. So 273. So actually with that, it actually goes back down over 273. So Sorry about that inaccuracy. Didn't really know. Like sometimes that actually happened. Like that happened with Paldea actually. With Paldea, it was at 250, and all of a sudden, like I like do page refresh on its own, and then the sell over here, NEL collectibles, they just listed one cheap box over here. So, that happens because I do the lowest listed price instead of lowest sold price. Even if it was a lowest sold price, it would still do it. But I guess the other box was Silver Tempest, which this is 2 like 80 math 282. Um, and if I go over here, yeah, only one box sold, and not that. But I sold at 280, and I scroll down. Let's see. Scroll down. I see two. This seller over here is how many? The seller, I think, just it's the same seller. Which is let's see. I need to see this. How literally as I'm recording, um, product line seems like they have Silver Tempest. It seems like they have at least they have it for most of the Sword Show booster boxes actually. Okay, well that's interesting. Um, yeah, I did not expect that. Um, anyway, but it doesn't really change it. If always has a future, like we're making the main news anyway. But yeah, now I guess like this one seller, at least CCG, they ruined the trend of that. All right. Anyway, next I am going to go to. I'll just go over some of the rest of Sword and Shield. So, um, some notes. So Rebel Clash has had. This is the opposite news. Rebel Clash has had decreased demand. Recently you'll see this is a 3 month graph, and there was more concentrated demand. You'll see more connected blue bar or um, closely put together blue bars over here. And but toward ever since the like 9th, hasn't really sold anything. That's actually a really long time. Like April has been very low demand for Rebel Flash. Um, Battle Styles is at 196, which I think it's been around 194. I don't remember exactly where it's high before. I don't think it's been 200 yet. Um, but yeah, I did note that it was kind of a matter of time. I just wasn't like overly tracking it because I wasn't sure when people would go out to battle styles. But yeah, with everything else reaching 200 and people slowly buying this up, like it's a it's like 5 years old, guys. Like there's no way this is not gonna hit 200 during this bull run. Um, as if it's the best investment, I don't know, but there's definitely some people who are gonna get into this. Like even I got this when it was at Pokemon Center. I got like some of it. Um, and possibly should have bought other things, but I was like, it's definitely worth at least 200 something. So no, at Pokemon Center price is 144 MSRP plus tax. So I was like, whatever. Um, just buy a couple. Chilling Rain, it's about the same price. One sold yesterday, but and now Geek Bar, which has the 12 boxes, is the lowest listing. So hopefully that starts getting flushed out. Um, Brilliant Stars is kind of at the same place, like 2 boxes sold yesterday, but there's just a bunch of boxes at 305. Lost Origin, see, unlike Future Strike, it just has so many boxes at this price. Even if I go to like the next page, like after like page 3, the lowest listed is like 403. So it just can't really surpass 403. It just never really does. So I'm just waiting for that to happen where like there's fewer listings in between. But 2 of them did sell yesterday. It's not selling terribly. It's just that there's so many people like playing at that price. All right, so for for Scarlet Vibe base, yeah, there's some news for that. So Scarlet Vibe base is very close to 200. I think or surpassing 200. I think I said that yesterday. And there weren't a ton of boxes sold yesterday. There was only like 4. But yeah, over here you'll see this is definitely different than like I think like a week ago where there was just a bunch of boxes like holding it back. But over here there's 5 boxes just at either 200 or below, and then you go over here and you get to like 203. So Scarlet Vibe base very. I am noticing. I feel like more interest in Scarlet Vibe base when I talk to people. They're just starting to get a little angsty about like, oh, should I get in on this? Is it finally time? And like I think a lot of people know like Scarlet Vibe base is definitely a box that some people do not want, and so but there's the supply that's only going to go on for so long because they're like, well, no one's going to open it, so I'll just take it from you and hopefully it's a discount. Um, but that's only going to last so long. Eventually, especially if this thing hits like 250 300 mark at some point, which I guess it's a long ways away, then like people are going to regret not getting it. But I feel like this is sort of like a more this is going to be a more of a rapid sort of like overnight kind of like perception change. I feel like suddenly it's going to go up, possibly, and people are going to regret not getting it, um just because like no one's there's not enough hype around this. It's sort of like people, this is kind of like the less desire. This is definitely a less desire box. I'm not really sure I'm phrasing that correctly. Like everyone expects Paldea to go up. Everyone expects that, but Squad base, it's sort of like the ignored set until it shouldn't be ignored, and then it's too late. Or like the cool kid, or like the unpopular kid at school who suddenly becomes popular and it's too late. You should have been friends with the kid when they were like not as cool, basically. Um, Paldea evolved. I was gonna say it was at like 250, and then suddenly like yeah, there's no collectibles. They put up a listing, so now there's a sale. Paldea evolved for that one box. Um, volume wise, like demand wise, 5 is like iffy. Obsidian Flames and Paradox have sales, so there is this T for Toy box which I've seen for a couple of days now. At these two boxes at 215, and then after that goes to 220 again. And then Paradox Rift, yeah, same thing. Not the same seller, but this one is below 190. And it goes to 197, so not bad for Paradox Rift. So 5 boxes sold for Paradox, and only like 4 boxes sold for Obsidian. For Temporal and Twilight, there's a lot of boxes at their price points, so they have quite a lot of boxes. Only 2 Temporal sold yesterday. I'm just seeing like still a ton of boxes. Over here especially, there's this dump of from Aurora cards at 36 booster boxes. So I think the gap between 199 and surpassing 200 has gotten even larger for Temporal. Um, but I think with everything else go up in price, like I'm not sure how much it will less like decrease in price. But definitely when this happens, I mentioned this with Destin Rivals. Um, there's fatigue when all the sellers are selling at pretty much the exact same price. Like you see 199.99 across the board and 200 across the board. So eventually someone's gonna be like, okay, I'll give you like a $5 discount or something, and then start lowballing each other. Twilight isn't as extreme, I think, but you're definitely seeing like a bunch of boxes. There's already 20 boxes here. At like 228 or 229, and it doesn't really get much better on the next page. You get to 235 at the end here, but let's see, this is still around the same price over here, and that's like another 14 15 more boxes. So the Twilight and Temporal are a little slower right now, but they're still maintaining their price points. Stellar Crown, yeah, not a lot of demand, only 1 box, and yeah, it's been stuck at this 202 price for like the longest time. Um, and then Surging Sparks, I think this is kind of new high. If not, like maybe it had 1 or 2 days that's 265. But yeah, I'm seeing like there's only 1 box here and it goes 270. Like Surging Sparks could really be on its run soon. I'm not really sure. Like definitely there's less enthusiasm for Journey Together and Destined Rivals, and Surging Sparks might finally be time where it's breaking its very slow period. Like you're seeing I'm like a 6 month graph. It's just been very stagnant over here. Like I see over here they reached 266 briefly, and that was sort of the peak, and then it kind of has been very steady. But like from like January, December 3rd, just with this overview graph, it's been like 240 260 this whole time. Um, Compared, like you see, like it did massive growth until about December, like literally right when December started. After that, it had another big jump. Um, Probably closer to like the around January, and after that, it's been pretty stagnant. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.